Now let's make some changes to our Starfield program we have here from the last episode. One thing we could do is have a different width, or to make the stars different sizes depending on the speed. So the bigger stars would move faster and the smaller stars would move slower. We have already here a variable that has the speed for each star. So instead of having this stroke weight here, I'm gonna delete this and I will set a specific stroke weight for each star. Here, before drawing my star, I'm gonna add a stroke weight, and I have to add here something. Well, I think it turns out that the speed actually is also a good value for the line width. I could directly type here speed of I. Why? Well, the speed is a number between 1 and 5. And the numbers between 1 and 5 are also good values for the size of my, or the width of my lines. So let's try this out. And now you can see the slower stars are very small dots, and the larger stars are a little bit bigger. And we could also make the small and slow stars a bit darker. So how could we do that? So here I'm drawing the point, and before I'm setting the width, so I can also before set here the stroke color, and I will set here some color like CO. This is going to be a variable, and now I have to declare this variable and decide what to store there. So now I want to convert the speed into a color, and we have seen that the best way to convert numbers that from one range of values to another range of values is to use the function called map. So I'm going to map the speed of I, and the speed of I can have some values like 1 to 5. So I'm going to enter here 1 and 5. What are the good values for my color? So we know that the values from 0 to 255 are the default values for gray colors. There's no much sense in typing here 0 to 55, because if I get a 0, this is going to be the same color as the background, so we will not see it. So I'm gonna type something like 100. So the darker star will be 100, the brighter star will be pure white. Let's see now the effect. So now you can see that the slow stars back there are darker. I think it could look nice if the stars moved a little bit slower. So here, instead of subtracting this many pixels, I'm gonna subtract half of them. So I'm not gonna remove, if this was a 5 and I divide it by 2, then this is now gonna be a 2.5. So now the stars should move slower. Okay, I'm quite happy now with the result. And finally, let's add some kind of spaceship here. It's gonna be just a triangle, but we can move this triangle with the mouse. That should be very easy to do, and maybe it becomes kind of a game. So how could I do this? After I erase my screen, I'm gonna draw here a triangle. Draw triangle. And we haven't used a triangle, I think, but here in the reference, it's quite easy. It has 3 sets of points, so 3 pairs of x, y, x, y, x, y, which are the 3 corners of the triangle. So how are we going to draw this triangle representing a spaceship? I want to draw something in this shape. We have the stars here, and the stars are moving in this direction. So if we draw a triangle in this shape, it will look like it's moving in that direction. So we need 3 points for our triangle. And we will move the triangle to wherever our mouse is. So if this is our mouse pointer, we can read the position of the mouse pointer using 2 variables, mouse x and mouse y. And then we know the position of the mouse. So we will draw the triangle using this point here. Let's imagine the mouse is at this position here, and we need to draw 3 points, 1, 2, and 3. So point 1 is just a little bit higher than our mouse. Point 3 is a little bit below our mouse. And point 2 is just to the right of our mouse. So if we have here points 1, 2, and 3, the point 1 would be at mouse X, comma, and then mouse Y minus something. Let's say 6 pixels up. The point 2 is at mouse X plus something, maybe 20 or 30 pixels to the right. And the Y position is just at mouse Y. This point and this point are at the same height. That's why both have mouse Y. Finally, the last one, the point 3, is again at mouse X, because it's not to the right or to the left of the mouse, it's exactly at the same horizontal position. And the vertical position is at mouse Y plus something. We are moving down from the mouse. So we could say plus 6 or whatever value we entered here. So let's see this in action. Triangle. And then goes my first pair of coordinates, X. We have said it's gonna be mouse X. Mouse Y minus something, for example, 6. The second point, I'm gonna throw it again at mouse X, and I have to add something to mouse Y, plus 6. And finally, I have to throw another point at mouse X, let's say plus 30, and mouse Y. So let's see how that looks. And there's our very simple spaceship, and we can play trying to avoid hitting the stars. Of course, you don't get any points yet or any messages, but it's kind of a game. One thing that doesn't look very nice is that our mouse is there visible on top of our spaceship. If you want to get rid of the mouse, you can use an instruction called, I'm gonna type this inside the setup, is no cursor. And when you type this no cursor, you get rid of the mouse pointer. So now you see it's only our triangle. The mouse is gone, and you can try to avoid here hitting any stars.